Welcome to Spotlight. I'm your host, Amitha. Join us weekly to get inspired by guests who'll share their success stories. Non for profit organizations like Canada India Foundation is doing a lot in terms of fostering bilateral relations between Canada and India. This has been mostly done through forums that are theme based, that allow for sectors in Canada and India to collaborate, whether it be through government, private, or academic sectors. So far, 7 forums have been held, and the eighth one is going to take place. 2 in the past have been on healthcare, and the upcoming one is also on healthcare. It is their third one happening in May. Let us welcome to our show 2 members on this very important organization that will shed more light on this upcoming Canada India Healthcare Summit. Let's welcome to our show past chair of CIF and current chair for the upcoming Canada India Healthcare Summit, Dr. V.I. Lakshmanan, and current chair of CIF and current co-chair of the upcoming Canada India Healthcare Summit, Mr. Satish Thakkar. Welcome back to our show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amitha.
Thank you,
It's
Amitha.
a pleasure to have you back on our show. First of all, for the benefit of our first-time viewers, if both of you could give us a little bit of a background about generally what CIF does in terms of activities.
Amitha, thank you very much for bringing us to the show. Always, the civil society has to play its part in developing relationship. Governments do, private sectors do, industries do, but civil society, through institutions like Canada India Foundation, with members coming from the community, work very hard in enhancing the relationship between the two countries, our Mathrubhumi India and the Karmabhumi Canada. And in this, we focus, Canada India Foundation focus primarily is on public policy, using policy as an instrument to work together with Canada India, both jurisdictions, and help the members of the community as well as the governments developing newer policies, helping them to develop new policies, bringing our suggestions to both governments. We have been doing successfully, and we are using forums as an instrument to help develop the policies. Here, we bring members from government, members from private sector, members from non-profit organizations, university, academia, and researchers and institutions to come together, helping government developing policies in a level playing field so both governments can cherish the outcome of these conferences. Satish, would you like to add?
Thank you, Dr. Lakshmanan. Amitha, thank you for having us on the show. As Dr. Lakshmanan, one of our core founding member of the organization and one of the key champion when we started this sector-based forum, has mentioned that our objective is to promote and strengthen the bilateral ties. And we always work that what are the key sectors which are of in importance between Canada and India, and both the democracies lot to leverage and kind of a work together on for the benefit of Indo-Canadians. Not only are playing a very important role in that direction. I think we have a lot to achieve, and we at the Canada India Foundation always work towards capitalizing on some of those opportunities by bringing various stakeholders on the table and work on sector specific, as Dr. Lakshmanan mentioned, sector specific forum, as well as we have some other activities we continue with that.
Amazing. So, all the forums held so far have been very successful. So let's get right to the upcoming forum. I'm going to turn to Dr. V.I. Lakshmanan and ask you, tell us a little bit more about the past 2 healthcare summits and how did it go?
Well, Amitha, it's a very good question. Thank you very much for asking. The conferences provide a playing field for members from private sector, public sector, government officials to come together, exchange their thoughts, ideas, bring in opportunities for synergistic activities between both countries. And it's very important to meet. There's nothing more important than meeting together, exchanging ideas, bringing your thoughts together and develop some documents which the government can use as a baseline in bringing their thoughts together to serve the community that they serve. And in this, Amrit, healthcare takes really 35 to 40% of countries' expenses. And we look for efficiency. Also, we want to make sure we in Canada, we enjoy, cherish our universal healthcare. We always look for opportunities. How can I offer similar service, but also be more efficient? Technologies play a major part. We held 2 conferences before, one in Toronto in 2015 and one in India in 2017. Senior officials from both countries came and participated. We had the healthcare minister, we had Eric Hoskins from Ontario government. In India, Soumya Swaminathan, who was the healthcare, now she's in the World Health Organization. Such eminent people came and shared their opportunity. We brought private sector. We had people like ORTECH, Jeremy Desai came and participated. And in India, we had major hospitals, ORTECH, we had in India, Apollo, Arvind High Hospital, many hospitals came into play, and also eminent people from Ayush Ministry and all came and participated. We provide the platform. They joined together, discussed, and that resulted, Amitha, we want to be, we want to celebrate. It gave opportunity for hospitals like Apollo to come meet people in University Healthcare Network, people from Pigmer coming and talking, or people from Ayush coming and talking. We had people from Trillium, we had people from University Healthcare, Manitoba, BC. They all participated. And the beauty of that is that, at the end of the day, what is the proof of the pudding? The important thing is these conferences, we in CF feel very proud. The Apollo initiated discussion with Yuchen, then Paul O went from here to Chandigarh for developing relationship with Professor Thakkar on cardiac procedures. So this gave opportunities. Similarly, Ayush is talking to people in Canada with some universities, how alternate medicine can bring. So we provide opportunities. Apollo talking to William Osler. So we in Canada India Foundation, the civil society is playing a part, a role, bringing such eminent people. Arvind Hospital, Meenakshi Mission Hospital, some philanthropists in Canada donated money for a mobile hospital in Meenakshi Mission Hospital in Madurai in India. So these conferences provide sensitized participants, audience, and also community at large, where our strengths are, where we can work together. India's IT. India is the hub for pharma. Today, what is happening? India is supplying vaccines for all over the world. So we continue with our journey. We did 2 conferences. This is the 3rd one we are doing. It will be held on May 28th, 21st in Toronto, Amit.
Wow. So yeah, it looks like it's a collaboration of the best of both worlds in terms of the healthcare sector. So now I would like to throw the question to both of you, Dr. Lakshmanan and Mr. Thakkar. Tell us what particularly motivated this year's summit and what will be the theme to be expected.
Yeah, so Amitha, healthcare and good health and wellness, that has been a very key priority area for CIF. Not today, for the last, kind of a decade or so. So as we mentioned, this is our 3rd healthcare summit in the row. And we've been doing various other events also pertaining to health and wellness in various speaker series. We also launched a Ayurvedic speaker series that how an alternative medicine also an equally importance. In today's world, when we are facing, the whole humanity is facing COVID challenges, that how to stay healthy, and some of the discussion at the forum we are alluding towards, like our key theme is that biotechnology, artificial intelligence, and post-COVID. So marrying all these 3 key aspects, that what the latest and greatest technological advancements are, how that could be applied in the healthcare sector in addressing the challenges which we are facing today through COVID. And also one of the oldest Indian medicine system of Ayurveda, that how that can also help. So I think we all have to seek the wisdom of our ancient holistic as well as oldest medicine system, that how that can be integrated with the modern science as well. So keeping all that in mind, Canada-India Foundation has been doing various speaker series, various forum. That was one of the key motivating factor for us to particularly looking at the current challenges, and India being the pharmacy of the world, and Canada being one of the technologically advanced country. So one on the policy front side, second on the business opportunity side, third on the research opportunity side, that how Canada and India can work together. That was one of our key driver to come up with this forum idea.
Great, very relevant to today's day and age. We have more to talk about the summit, but for now, it's time for a short break. Welcome back to Spotlight. We are talking to Dr. V.I. Lakshmanan and Mr. Satish Thakkar. So, Mr. Thakkar, you enlightened us about what this year's Canada-India Healthcare Summit was inspired by. I'm going to now throw the question to Dr. Lakshmanan and tell us a little bit more about this year's summit's theme. And Mr. Thakkar already told us about how it's so relevant in terms of the current COVID-19 situation. But we would like to hear from you as well on this.
Amitha, it's very important what we've been experiencing last 1 year. We're all living in global village. We all have come to recognize how living in this pandemic situation, and we also realize how important health is. In the last conference, Amrit, Peter Reddy from Apollo said it in Delhi. Canada's experience, Canada has contributed phenomenally on research, knowledge, good universities. And she said, India has a big market, but cost of equipment and is very high. Can Canada help us in engineering, in research, manufacturing equipment, so the cost can come down? So efficiently doing things. In this, Amar, nothing more important today, the role of biotechnology, artificial intelligence in the digital world, how these ones can help to bring cost of producing, be it pharma, be it engineering equipment. The knowledge plays a major role. This, under the COVID situation, post-COVID, the whole world is struggling, so much being spent. Billions of dollars have gone into addressing the COVID situation. And the time is right, because digital, and India is very good in the IT, in the digital, and Canada is very good on public care, public health. So how can we work together? And we establish Mars in Canada. A lot of biotechnology companies have come from Mars, and IT Canada, Waterloo plays a major role. So together, how artificial intelligence and biotech can help to make healthcare more efficient. Post-COVID world is going to be very different than what we experienced before COVID. So how can the two knowledge frontiers can help addressing during the post-COVID world, making sure the society is healthy, prepared for the future pandemic situations? How can our knowledge coming from artificial intelligence, from universities, in research institutions, industry, how can they work together? We took that as a sign for us to contribute. India is phenomenally resourceful, whether it is IT or pharma, and we are blessed that we have a great Indian community in Canada. How can we work together through institutions like Canada-India Foundation, bringing members from India, members from Canada, how we can work together to solve the global village problem? That is the reason, Amit. We took artificial intelligence and biotechnology, knowledge frontiers in coming years, as it is going to happen, to use those as instruments to address the future, be it efficient healthcare or be it addressing future pandemic. So we are bringing eminent people from India. Dr. Trehan from India. We are discussing, we are initiating discussion with eminent institutes like Serum, Healthcare Biotech, and other institutions. So eminent people come and share. In today's world, in life, money can be earned at any time. Knowledge, you need effort. Money can be given and taken, but knowledge we should know how to share. And the global world, with the Zoom that we are communicating today, it is possible the conference will be held in the virtual, so we can have eminent people participating. We are working with FICCI, they're helping us. They're working with Indian consulate in Toronto. Srimati Apurva is helping us. Apurva Srivastavaji is helping us. So no single man can solve any problem. We all have to come together, not alone the political jurisdiction, but in the global village, countries to come together. We are blessed two democracies, India and Canada coming together, addressing the major problem. And we are going to use the instrument, biotechnology, artificial. How can we help each other and bring the cost down and still maintain the universal healthcare, the principle that we have in Canada, and take it to other jurisdictions, share our experience.
Very well said. So now, Dr. Lakshmanan and Mr. Thakkar, you have given us an idea about this year's Healthcare Summit as to what the general theme is in terms of what the format in general is going to be like. We heard about how prominent, government, healthcare, and academic figures are coming together. And it's great, Dr. Lakshmanan, that you mentioned about how we are going to learn more about how healthcare and technology can come together and provide the best possible care with systems from both sides of the world also working together. Yes. Now, if I dive a little bit more specific into the format, let me turn to Mr. Thakkar. Can you tell us, in terms of the format of this year's summit, it's not just about talks and discussions, there is more. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, no, thank you, Amitha. I think nobody better can understand than you being yourself in the healthcare sector. I think yes. You understand it very well, that how these discussions are very important and of paramount importance. In the past, we've been doing a lot of discussion, but with that discussions, as Dr. Lakshmanan also mentioned, did not finish on the forum itself. Like, we continued with that. Objective of these forums is, one, to kind of have more brainstorming, thought leadership discussions where you can produce some kind of a policy paper, which we have been doing in the past and we will be doing this time also. Second key objective is that you connect industry to academia, industry to industry, government to businesses. So that is another key objective, becomes any forum part of it. So that is another key objective. And third thing is that how the young entrepreneurs we can connect with. So in this forum, we have created a pitch competition where we'll be inviting young entrepreneurs in the healthcare sector to come and do the presentation, and where we'll be working on awarding some money for the as a venture contribution. So that is the overall objective is to bring government to government ties together, government to industry, industry to industry, and academia. So that's the whole objective. And we'll be producing a policy paper, which will be submitting to both the governments, and kind of a work on that further. And also, we not only that, like, we are also equally mindful of that what the needs of Indo-Canadian diaspora here are. As you know, our diaspora almost now 1.8 million plus strong. Some of the chronic diseases which diaspora you can see more have the prevalence. So how we can advance on the research side, whether it's a diabetes, whether it's a heart disease, kidney cancer, some of these you can see South Asian, we are seeing some upward trends, that how we can channel some of the research on that front, and how we can work India and Canada together to advance some of the most these challenging issues.
Amazing. So trailblazer forums, including the upcoming healthcare summit. We have more to talk about the summit, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back to Spotlight. We are talking to Dr. V.I. Lucky Lakshmanan and Mr. Satish Thakkar about the upcoming Canada-India Healthcare Summit by Canada-India Foundation. So thank you to both of you for enlightening us as to what will be happening at the summit in terms of what to be expected, themes, what the format is like, an interesting competition. But now I know such a great forum, as evidenced by years of successful forums, happen because people come together. And so I'd like to ask Dr. Lakshman if you can tell us a little bit more about the organizers of this year's event, who is hosting the summit.
Thank you, Amit. People can't do everything by themselves. We in countries have to come together, public sector, private sector. This conference is happening because of help from our Consul General, Apurva Srivastavaji, from the Consul General in Toronto, Indian Consul General, Toronto Rehab Institute, part of University Health Network, and FICCI in India. So major institutions have come together to share their experience and make this conference a great success. They all, and we already it is demonstrated. Apurva has been very helpful in identifying potential speakers. FICCI is immensely helpful, bringing the people to the committees and speakers. And Toronto Rehab, they have worked with us from the past conferences, people like Paul Vo and Miloš Popović. Paul already is working with scientists in India. So they are very helpful to us, bringing the hospital community, clinicians and the hospitals together. So these four major institutions, Canada India Foundation, the civil society representation, Toronto Rehab Institute, University Healthcare, and Consul General India, Apurva Srivastavaji, and FICCI coming to it to organize. This conference, as was said earlier, is not just for people to come together on 2 days during the conference, but they're also going to conduct webinars leading into the conference on May 20th and 21st. There'll be three webinars happening, focusing on artificial intelligence, its applications to healthcare, then post-COVID, biotechnology, its contribution, potential contribution in the post-COVID world, addressing the pandemic, and post-COVID experience where we are going to be. So these three webinars will happen before the conference. Professor Arun Chokalingam, the Lama School of Public Policy, University of Toronto, is leading as a technical committee chairman. So we, at the end of the day, Amit, we need people with experience, sharing, teamwork, and it is well evidenced by very eminent people coming to the institutions, coming to with their passion to make it a successful conference. Thank you.
Great. So we heard now how all of this will eventually lead to helping the general public, globally. So we understand this is only a invite-only event, but how can the general public help with your efforts, not just probably with this particular summit, but going forward with Canada India Foundation? I'm going to throw that question to Mr. Thakkar.
Oh, thank you, Amitha. So basically, as Dr. Lakshmanan mentioned, we are building up to the conference summit date, which would be May 20 and 21st. We will be having 3 webinars prior to that. And Canada India Foundation, our website has all the information. Apart from that, on our web social media network channels, we do publicize that information from time to time. Please do participate through your medium of this communication. We are appealing all the community, all the different stakeholders to come and join at our webinar speaker series, as well as at the forums. See, at the end, I think for any country, health care is one of the key driver for their economic prosperity, right? So I think a good health leads to not only economic prosperity, but also the ultimate happiness to one's being. So healthcare is of a paramount importance as Canada's population is aging We have our different challenges here also on the healthcare sector, even though it's a publicly funded healthcare, but we do have our own challenges here also. On the other hand, India has its own key strength and key weaknesses in terms of the publicly funded healthcare, but economy of the scale. So both the country, if they come together and they leverage and synergize together, I think there are a lot more to achieve in terms of improving the quality of life of our Canadians as well as Indians. So that's the whole objective, and please stay tuned with the Canada India Foundation. We will be launching soon our Healthcare Summit exclusive website page also, which would be Canada India Healthcare Summit page, CIHS. And as well as we have all our social media platforms. So please stay tuned with that and be part of it. And do write to us if you have any suggestion. We will be publicizing all the topics which we are discussing. And we request each and every one at the different stakeholder level, please join and be part of this conference.
Amazing. Well, there's always strength in numbers, and trailblazer organization like Canada India Foundation is doing just that, bringing both sides of the world together and moving towards advancement in healthcare. It's been a pleasure talking to both of you today and learning more about the upcoming Canada India Healthcare Summit. I'm going to throw this question to both of you in terms of if any final comments that you would have for our viewers.
Well, Amit, I just would like to say we are providing the platform for people to come together, and let us make sure that people in today's world, not only physically, but also whether it is Zoom or a virtual world, many of you come together, make sure that we address the challenge that we have. The pandemic has revealed how important health is. So bring your knowledge power, bring your financial resources, bring your emotional connect together to solve the issues related to health, making the world more prosperous, peaceful, for countries to live together in their global village. Looking forward to your participation in our conference on May 20th and 21st. Also, please join us on our webinars. 3 webinars we'll be having. Announcement will be there in our webpage. Kindly join us and help us to make the world more peaceful and prosperous. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lakshmanan. Mr. Thakkar?
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. And we look forward to the Healthcare Summit. We wish you all the best.
And we're looking forward to you to be part of it.
Yes, definitely. It is going to an amazing event.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Join us,
absolutely.
Amit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Dr. V.I. Lucky Lakshmanan and Mr. Satish Thakkar, who has enlightened us today about the upcoming Canada India Healthcare Summit to be held on May 20th and 21st by Canada India Foundation. Well, that's a wrap for this week's show. Thank you for watching us. Continue to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and write to us at spotlight@ethnicchannels.com. Until next week, this is Amitha signing off, encouraging you to support the efforts of Canada India Foundation.